Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of UA Eats. I'm UA, and I am in the Newport Mall in Jersey City, New Jersey right now. Yeah, you know, it's a hot Saturday, so, you know, just decided to come out to one of these malls here in Jersey, eating at the food court, strolling around, doing some shopping, maybe go to that AMC and maybe we'll watch Inside Out 2 or something. But I stumbled across a spot here that I really gotta try. Before I went to Canada last year to make some vids, I did some research on poutine places and this place came up, New York Fries. And even though it's called New York, it's not from New York at all. It's a Canadian fast food chain. And this place, New York Fries, specializes in poutine. I believe they also make hot dogs, but it's a Canadian chain that makes poutine, hot dogs, and it's supposed to be pretty good. I don't think it's the biggest Canadian poutine chain, but it's up there. It's, you know, like maybe top 5 or so, and definitely is considered one of the better chains, at least according to the research that I did. I mean, I'm not Canadian, I'm American, but at least the research that I did is this place, New York Fries, is considered a pretty good poutine place as far as chains and fast food poutine places go. Now, we had poutine last time in Canada, and we had it at The Source. We went all the way to Montreal, and we had La Banquisa, considered one of the most famous, and you know, some people think it's tourist trappy, but it's a famous poutine place nonetheless, and it 100% lived up to the hype. It was fantastic. And ever since coming back to the US, it's kind of hard to find a legit, authentic Canadian poutine, specifically a Quebec-style poutine here in the US, but that's why I got so excited that they opened a New York Fries here in Jersey City. Like, apparently this place is really expanding here in the US now recently. They opened one in Edison, New Jersey, and they opened, I believe, 2 in Long Island, and now 1 here in Jersey City. So lucky me. I mean, I even thought that I might have to go back to Canada to try this place, but you know, now I don't even need to leave the state. I can just try it here in JC. So now Chick-fil-A is super tempting, and I think Tina's gonna get Chick-fil-A, so I might steal some of her fries later, but I don't often see a Canadian chain, so let's give it a try, why don't we? So you guys specialize in poutine? All right. Yeah, we might go with the classic Canadian poutine. It looks like they have others. They have a pulled pork one, they have chili cheese fries, a lot of kind of, you know, chili cheese or nacho style poutine combos here. And from what I hear is that this place really prides themselves on their French fries. Like, the fries are like half of what's great about this place, and the toppings are maybe less than half. So yeah, I guess let's go with the classic poutine. Let's do a small. They also have hot dogs. These are loaded hot dogs. I know we've been reviewing hot dogs a lot on this channel, but we'll get a Canadian poutine and we'll get one of these hot dogs. I guess we'll just try one. Maybe chili cheese, maybe the works. I think chili cheese sounds good. Let's not go too extreme. So let's order. And those are their hot dogs there, kind of looks like the hot dogs on like those rollers at movie theaters. I used to work at a movie theater in high school, and that's what it kind of reminds me of. Hopefully it tastes better. Hi, I think I'm ready to order. I'll do a classic Canadian poutine. Small. Actually, I'll do medium. And a chili cheese dog. Sorry? No thanks. For here. UA, like the letters UA. That's it. All right, thank you. So originally, I was gonna get a small poutine, but the small, I'm just gonna show you by scale. Like, this is like the little microceiver. The small is pretty small. I wound up getting medium instead. No need for large though, even though you really wanna get a big one if you can. Hopefully these rolling hot dogs are decent. While we wait for the food though, they offer free samples of fries, so let's try these. Why don't we? And these fries look pretty decent. They look hand cut. They got the skin on them, and they're all not homogeneous, and they're all uneven. So that makes me feel that they're hand cut. They really look like Five Guys fries, and I love Five Guys. I mean, Five Guys has some of the best fries I've ever had personally. Let's try these while we wait for our poutine. Yeah, look at that skin still on the fries. Sorry if lighting's not so good. I think I'm in a weird spot. Oh wow, those are really good fries. The fries are hand cut, right?
Cut them every day in the morning.
Must be a lot of work.
Yeah, we put them in an ice bucket full of ice so they're like not like you know, it's like the heat is just
If it's too warm.
If it's too warm, yeah, it's like like hours, it's gonna like spoil a little bit. That's why I put ice on it.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, she mentioned that they put them in an ice bucket at first and then they fry them. I guess that's the secret. And she says they cut them in the back every morning, hand cut. So yeah, as you can see by the sign there, I guess back there is their cutting station. And I guess that's the machine they use to cut the potatoes. Very cool. But honestly, these fries taste almost identical to Five Guys fries. They taste very, very one-to-one. They're probably being fried in peanut oil. I think Five Guys tends to use Idaho potatoes. Five Guys must have the same strategy of icing the fries before frying them. And sorry, I'm really trying to fix this lighting. Yeah, that might be a little better. These French fries are fantastic. Like, they're even a little cold because no surprise they've been sitting out for a while. So no surprise that they're not really fresh anymore, but if they were piping hot, they would be even better, but they're nice and fluffy on the inside. Hopefully you can see. They're nice and fluffy, not mealy. Nice and fluffy. The oil tastes nice. Like, it's not just generic oil. It's a nice, nutty oil. I think it might be peanut oil or something. And they're well seasoned. Fresh cut fries are not always better. Like In-N-Out fries are pretty bad, and those are freshly cut. Oh, those are hot ones? Thank you so much. All right, they made me some hot ones. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, they're more warm for sure. Oh man. Oh, it's fitting to call this place New York Fries because I said the Five Guys fries are good, but I think these are better than Five Guys. Like, the oil just tastes better. The seasonings is more important. Something about it is just better. Thank you. All right, enough chatting, enough yapping. We got our poutine here, and we got our hot dog, and this is gonna be the healthiest lunch of all time, I'm sure. But hey, a big bowl of starch and chunks of cheese never hurt anyone, right? Well, I'm sure it's hurt many people, but try not to think about it. Carpe diem. All right, guys, we have found a spot that is a little quieter and further away from the restaurant, so that now we can review our fantastic Canadian poutine. Oops, that was not a good angle. We got two things. We got a medium poutine. I originally said that I felt that small was too small, so I got a medium, but I'm kind of regretting that choice now, as this medium is quite hefty, and this is a meal in itself. Especially with the hot dog. I do not think getting a medium was necessary. I should have studied my geometry in high school better, because it's square, so it's bigger than it looks. And then this is our chili cheese hot dog with some scallions on top. And yeah, I see that they included both the greens and the whites of the scallion. Looks a little bit too cheesy and too sloppy for me. I don't know. I'm all for a nice cheesy, gooey hot dog, but this, I don't know. The way that this cheese melted, it almost looks like a plastic processed Kraft single or something, but we'll give it a try. Oh man, this is a really legit looking poutine. I think this looks as good as the one we had in Montreal. It's a really epic, shiny looking beef gravy with some hopefully squeaky and rubbery cheese curds that they said were from Wisconsin. And Wisconsin cheese curds, I hear, are just as good as any cheese curds you're gonna get in Canada. It's all part of the general north, I suppose. Well, let's try the hot dog, which was not cheap, guys. The hot dog is $7.79. Oh my goodness. I mean, this place is not cheap, I gotta tell you. So don't come here expecting fast food prices. I've been eating a lot of hot dogs recently on this channel, so I will be fair to this establishment, and I won't exactly expect this to be like, up there with the classic hot dogs of New York and New Jersey, but as long as it is acceptable, it's all good. All right, chili cheese dog. I guess we'll go from this cheese end first. Actually, the hot dog's pretty good. I mean, like I said, if you're gonna compare it to like very well-regarded local spots like Rot's Hut and Papaya King and Boulevard Drinks, yeah, I mean, Of course, it's still just a fast food hot dog. But if you compare it to other fast food hot dogs like Nathan's, yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's one of the best fast food hot dogs I've had. I was expressing doubt earlier about the hot dogs being on those rollers. Like when I used to work at a movie theater, we used the same exact rollers, but the dog itself is nice. Let me show you in a different angle. I mean, just look at the inside of that hot dog. It's definitely one of the better brands of hot dogs. It's not just like those cheap ballpark franks at like the grocery store or at baseball games. The hot dogs can be pretty sus. Like you're paying like $10 for a hot dog that was like a 50-cent caliber hot dog or something. Pretty good filling, pretty meaty and pretty large and generous portion. I mean, I still think $7 is a little bit overpriced, but the hot dog tastes good. The cheese is gooey, but no, it does not taste super cheap at all. I mean, yeah, it's like a Cheese Whizzy liquid cheese, but the cheese does its job well. I mean, it kind of reminds me of if you ever eat like Cheese Whiz cheesesteaks. A good Cheese Whiz, a good cheese sauce is a thing of beauty. Like people often make fun of cheese sauce like, oh, it's just cheap processed cheese, but when it's done well, it will taste liquidy and indulgent and add some nice texture and warmth and thickness to the meal. Like it'll complement the savory flavors perfectly. And the chili, the chili is really beefy in its flavor. I think it could be a little bit saltier, but that's okay. When you eat it together with the hot dog is salty, so it all works out. But it's a nice meaty chili, sort of a subtle flavor while having some beefy flavor at the same time. Not too greasy, which I like. I know some purists are all about chili should not have beans, but I like that there's beans in this chili. I'm a big fan of that personally, that's just me. And the scallions, I was a little hesitant about the scallions. I mean, to me, scallions kind of seem like an Asian ingredient, but I know they add scallions to cheese and bacon baked potatoes, so I gave it a shot. But the scallions add some, some crispness, some wateriness, like a little bit of, I don't know, like plant texture, you might say, that really offsets the rest of the cheesiness and the beefiness of the chili and the cheese and the salty, beefy hot dog, and it all works together. Add in a nice soft potato roll, and like I said, is this going to be an epic neighborhood hot dog joint? No, but honestly, for fast food, it's pretty decent, I gotta say. Take another bite of this. Oh, that was good. Maybe I'm just really hungry, but it is fantastic. Last bite. The only problem with chili dogs is just how messy they are. I guess I was just really hungry, but I like inhaled that chili cheese dog. Very, very, very good. Better than like other chains like Dairy Queen and stuff like that. But it is now time for what we all came here for. The Canadian poutine, and they had lots of flavors, but we had to get the traditional classic Canadian poutine. And I already know that these fries are gonna be awesome, but the gravy and the curds, how will those stand up? So let's just dive right in and see if this poutine makes Canada proud. Let's just take a bite of one of these cheese curds, why don't we? See if they're nice and squeaky. I thought they would be squeakier. I thought they would be more like rubbery and chewy. They're not really very chewy and rubbery in that respect, but they have good flavor. Yeah, as you can see, like they're kind of like dragging and dripping a little bit. They might not be doing it as much now, but they're a little bit more flexible than I would have liked. However, while I was set on these curds being nice and squeaky, they got good, the flavor of the cheese is great. And the meltiness is actually kind of nice. Okay, actually, I take back what I said. Some are more melted than others, some are more squeaky than others. These ones, more on the bottom, are more squeaky and chewy, and like the beef curds that we all know and love and want in poutine. I guess I just got unlucky with a few on top that were more melted. But that gravy I already tasted is fantastic, so now we gotta just grab a whole forkful and go to town on this guy. Get some fries, get some curds, and of course, lots of the gravy, and wow. I mean, if you ask me, the haters back then, apparently poutine used to be like a meme. It used to be like an example of how people would make fun of Canadians as being uncultured. But anyone who doesn't like cheese curds, gravy, and hand-cut fries, all mushed together. If you ask me, you're the uncultured one, not them. Tina, you want to try some? Don't forget to get some. Yeah, don't forget to get a fry. Yeah. It's kind of nice, right?
Oh, I like the gravy.
You like
The gravy is really good.
Do you think this place is better, or was the place in Montreal better?
I forgot what Montreal tastes like. This one.
Oh, but they're like different, right? Yeah.
I like this one actually.
You like this one? Okay. I probably still like Banquise more because I preferred their gravy personally, and I thought that their curds were squeakier. But this is pretty good too. I mean, the fact that we can get this in America now is fantastic. Thank you, Tina, for sharing your thoughts. Tina is absolutely right in that the best part about this whole thing may be the gravy. I mean, the fries are already fantastic. The cheese curds are good, but I wish that they were a little bit more chewy, a little bit more squeaky. This gravy, though, like, it kind of has like a not so subtle red wine flavor, which I don't mind. Like, that red wine flavor adds some sweetness, adds some like umami-ness. Like, when you eat French food, they put red wine in like a tons of stuff, and it gives it that like rich, vibrant taste. I don't know how to explain it. It just makes it taste more red. I don't know if that makes any sense. But in this case, it's almost like this sauce is the emulsifier that ties this whole thing together. Otherwise, you get some yummy fries, some cheesy curds, and they'll taste good on their own. But the sauce is what really ties the whole thing together. I still wish that the curds were a little bit more bouncy. I still think that some of it is a little bit too melted. This might just be a stylistic choice, but I wish that it were more chewy and bouncy. But overall, this is still very good. I mean, even if the price is a little bit high, at least we can get Canadian poutine in America now, and not just in Canada. I guess I will just say one more thing, that it's a shame that in poutine, the fries kind of get very soggy. When they're fresh and warm and crispy, like in the samples, they're quite nice. But it's a shame that the gravy, while good, it takes away from the crispiness from the fries. But sometimes sacrifices need to be made for the greater good. But you know what they should do? They should have all these wet and soggy and saucy poutine and curds on the bottom, and then on the top they should have a layer of dry and fresh and crispy fries. In fact, I just had an idea. I'll be right back. All right, I went and I got another batch of their sample fries, and they actually just, you know, put out a fresh batch too. You want a quick fry while it's hot?
Sure.
They're pretty good.
It looks good too.
Yeah, no, they're good.
Looks crispy.
And too hot. Sorry. Tina accidentally burned herself on the French fry because it was too fresh. But let's just put some of these fresh fries on top. Now I feel like we're gonna get the best of both worlds. All right, let's try. Okay, I thought that was a better idea than it was. It didn't really work because the beef gravy is pretty strong, so it kind of overshadows the fresh French fry, and you still can't really taste much difference. But hey, all in all, guys, I gotta say, this fast food poutine from Canada, a huge hit. And hey, I mean, this may not be like a neighborhood poutine takeout spot like back in Montreal, but at least we have like a pretty solid poutine chain now here in New Jersey. So if I'm craving poutine, I can just get it, you know, right in my backyard. No need to go all the way to Canada now. But anyways, guys, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I got a lot of food. I mean, the hot dog was actually pretty filling, but the poutine, I should have gotten a small one because the medium, I don't know, guys. It's I might just carry this with me for the rest of the day and try to make as much dent out of it as I can. I'll do my best, but let me know what you guys think. I mean, have you had New York fries before? Like, have you had this chain before? And what's your favorite poutine chain in Canada? Or if not chains, what's your favorite spot to get poutine in Canada in general? Let me know in the comments because great minds eat alike. And as always, if you like my vids, please like and subscribe. That way you stay up to date whenever I post another video. I might see if I can sneak this into AMC when we go watch Inside Out 2 later. So until next time, I'll see you later.